Welcome to Sideline Sports, where we give you an up-close and personal look at the teams, coaches, and athletes that make up the South Sound. Here's your host, Jeff Slakey.
Welcome to the show. This week, the High Climbers battled Mount Tahoma. The T-Birds go for a playoff win. High Climbers off to state. And game of the week, it's Timberline football hosting Mount Spokane.
Sideline Sports is being brought to you in part by
the Gillis Auto Center. At Gillis, you're covered forever. It was the final game of the season for Shelton football at Mount Tahoma.
It was the final game of the season for Shelton football, taking on Mount Tahoma in a Week 10 crossover game. A defensive battle to start the contest had the game scoreless after the first quarter. Shelton would put the first points on the board midway through the second quarter when Hunter Borgolt knocked through a 37-yard field goal. The High Climbers would take a 3-0 lead into halftime. Borgolt would double the Shelton lead midway through the third quarter, making a 26-yard field goal. Mount Tahoma would respond with a 2-yard touchdown run, but a missed extra point would keep the game tied at 6-all. The High Climbers found the game-winning touchdown with 4:45 left in the fourth quarter when Zach Yonker hauled in an 11-yard touchdown catch. Mount Tahoma found the end zone late, but a failed extra point gave Shelton the 13-12 victory. Shelton senior Jake Myers was proud of his team's defensive effort in the win.
Defenses. We just found those open holes in the gaps and got back in the backfield, made those plays all night.
The High Climbers finished the season with a 2-8 record, winning back-to-back games to close out the season. I'm Sean Wells for iFIBER 1 Sports.
Mason General Hospital, united community, empowered people, exceptional health. First round of the playoff battle this past Saturday at Tumwater District Stadium.
The Tumwater T-Birds were looking to make their 9th consecutive trip to the state playoffs, hosting Woodland in the first round of districts. A high-scoring first half saw both teams make big plays on both sides of the ball. Woodland managed to hold the edge, leading 26-21 at halftime. Tumwater would find momentum in the third quarter with some big touchdown runs from Rico Spinger and Turner Allen, taking a 35-32 lead into the fourth quarter. Strong running by Tumwater down the stretch would wear down Woodland as the T-Birds outscored the visitors 23-6 in the final quarter, winning the game 58-38. Tumwater's Hunter Baker finished the game with 193 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. T-Bird Dylan Loftus finished with 180 yards rushing and a pair of touchdowns. Tumwater hosts Prosser in the first round of the state playoffs on Saturday. I'm Sean Wells for iFIBER 1 Sports.
Sideline Sports is being brought to you in part by
Big weekend for Shelton Cross Country at the 3A State Championships.
10 Shelton runners are gearing up for the 3A State Championships this Saturday at Sun Willows Golf Course in Pasco. 7 high climber runners qualified from the men's team, including a state alternate, after the team earned a state berth, placing 3rd overall at the district playoffs. 2 high climbers from the women's side, sophomore Aiden Gregg and freshman Alana Karstens, also qualified for the state championships. Head cross-country coach John Johnson is proud of the way his team improved throughout the season, highlighted by a South Sound Conference championship from the men's team.
This is the same group of guys that were dead last at the conference meet 2 years ago, and that's the meet that they won this year. So 2 years' time, they went from last to first.
High climber Aiden Gregg will be making her second state appearance this season as a sophomore, while Karstens will be making her first appearance. Both high climbers say a friendship outside of practice has helped each other become better runners.
We're like competitive, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Like we push each other because when one of us does better, then it just inspires like the other one to push.
We've been partners for 3 years now, so
we always hang out.
Yeah.
Senior runner and team captain William Johnson has qualified for the state championships all 4 years of his high school career. Johnson says it's bittersweet knowing his final high school season will soon be coming to an end.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely been thinking about that. I might do some other races after, but I want to have my best race, last race as a climber, and just kind of peak and race my best at the state meet.
I'm Sean Wells for iFIBER 1 Sports.
Scores for you in football: Black Hills over Columbia River 45-7. Timberline 21, Oak Harbor 0, and Peninsula over Seattle Prep 47-16. Girls soccer, Timberline over North Thurston 5-2, Gig Harbor over Stadium 2-0, and Peninsula over Timberline 3-2. In volleyball, Capital 3, Lakes 0, Bonnie Lake over Gig Harbor 3-1, and North Thurston blanks Kelso 3-0. Our game of the week is Timberline football hosting Mount Spokane in the first round of the state playoffs. Timberline comes into the contest off a big shutout win over Oak Harbor. The Blazers are on a roll as of late, winning 5 straight games. Mount Spokane finished the regular season with a 7-2 record. They knocked off Kennewick in the district playoffs 21-14. Game kicks off Friday night at 7 from South Sound Stadium in Lacey. Upcoming games in football: Tumwater versus Prosser, Black Hills versus Burlington Edison, and Yelm at Lakes. Girls soccer, Peninsula at Kamiakin, North Kitsap at Mark Morris, and Olympia versus Skyline. In volleyball, Olympic at Camas, Capital versus Stadium, and Wilson versus Prairie. This has been another presentation of Sideline Sports. I'm Jeff Slakey.